Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you don't know me already, I'm Courtney, and if you like makeup tutorials, beauty hacks and all that sort of content, make sure to subscribe down below and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. Now, as you can see by the title of today's video, today I am bringing you a step-by-step tutorial on how to create this infection look inspired by the second season of American Horror Story ASYLUM, specifically the character Shelly. Now, each week I am going to be bringing out Halloween themed content so you guys can get some inspiration of what you want to go as for Halloween. So without further ado, let's get on into the video. So here you can see me just cleansing my face using 99% IPA so that any of the excess oils on my face are removed completely. And now I'm just using a metal spatula to scoop out some of that 3D gel and apply it directly onto my face, create these sort of boils, and then I'm just using the spatula to scoop them and sculpt specific shapes. I'm just using that twisting motion, as when you stick the gel onto your face, it also is attached to the spatula, and if you don't do that twisting motion, you get that sort of stringy effect to the top. So here you can see me just tapping it in, and this will give the effect of scarred skin once it's set. So I'm just tapping that around, and as you can see, when I turn my face, it's creating that very textured skin appearance. So when you set that down with setting powder, that will come across as your skin being very textured. And I'm doing this just to create the look of worn out, tired, abused and tortured skin basically, as the character Shelly from American Horror Story does go through one hell of a journey during her time in the asylum and her experiments with Dr. Arden. And I'm just applying that throughout my face, going back between the textured skin look and applying these boil effects using that 3D gel. And here you can see me using KRYOLAN's liquid latex, and I'm just applying that around my nose to create a dried out effect on my nose. So when that sets, it will give that effect of dried peeling skin, because in the asylum people won't have skincare, people don't have, the niceties of life. You are just left to your own devices. So I'm just applying it on my lips as well to give that really dehydrated look, and that will eventually peel up and give that horrible dried chapped lip effect. And I'm also applying that in the corner where it gives that dried corner cracked lip effect. And here you can see me just applying little blobs throughout my face, because later on I will be applying some blood underneath those to give the appearance of burst boils. And then I'm tapping them out once they've dried a little bit to give a bit of texture and just not so smooth texture on the surface of the spot, to make some of them look popped and to give some of them that horrible gooey effect. And here I'm just using some Asda's baby powder to set the entire face. There's no need to use expensive setting powders when you're doing special effects. Baby powders work fine. Obviously, if you want to use setting powder, use setting powder, but if you don't want to waste the money, just run to Asda, buy some baby powder, and there you go, you've got setting powder. And here I'm just using the Neil's Materials Flesh Tones Alcohol Activated Palette, and I'm going to be going in between the nude tones, the yellowy tones. I'm basically going to be using all of these tones throughout this whole look. And I'm just going in with that more yellowy and the darker skin tone look to just start tapping in this odd skin tone to give myself a sort of ill looking effect. This is going to be the base skin tone, just to make it look like I've been deprived of sunlight, that basically gagging for some sunlight, and I'm just withering away in a hole somewhere basically. So I'm just stippling that across my face using a variety of brushes to create this uneven skin tone, and I'm also bringing that down my neck, because what you do not ever want to do if you are doing a makeup look or a special effects look, vice versa, you never want to forget your neck, because it just ruins the entire look when you've gone full out on your face and then you've just forgotten your neck and it just looks like a mask. To create a full-on effect, you just want to bring it down your neck, and then it just brings the character to life. And here I'm just tapping into that more red tone in the Nails Materials palette, and I'm starting to work on the eyes, giving them that sunken in, tired, irritated look, tapping that red shade in into the under eye areas and all the areas on the face that come up red when you're exercising or you're ill. For example, the cheeks, around the lips, around the nose, and around the jawbone and the forehead. So you know when you've ever gone out and exercised and you look in the mirror and your skin is just bright red and splotchy in certain places? That is what I'm trying to achieve in this look. So I'm just sporadically, randomly plopping that across my face. And then for example here, if I put down too much red, I'm going in with a different toned nude tone colour, and then I'm just stippling that out to even out that red tone to not make it look so vibrant and bright. So as I said previously, I'm just going in between those nude tones just to create this really uneven, ill looking skin tone, bringing a lot of that yellow into the look to create a sort of jaundice effect. As you can see here, now I'm adding some texture and colour in using those alcohol activated paints. You can really see that texture that I created using the 3D gel and the liquid latex coming through to the surface of the skin. And I'm just working on the neck slightly. As I said once before, if you do lay too much product down, just go in with another colour and stipple it over the top, and it will even out that shade if you place too much of one colour down at once. And you can't really see what I'm doing right now, but I'm just working on creating a sort of bruise in that area of the neck. And now I'm creating sort of a dirty look around the temples, a sort of bruised, dirty, old bruised look around the temple and the brow area. Just going in with a sort of browny red shade and then a more of a blue tone, a bluey grey tone to give that horrible bruised effect. Now this isn't anatomically correct, this is just a special effects makeup, extreme makeup look. This is not what a bruise would look like if it was in real life. This is like theatre makeup, this is Halloween special effects costume makeup. So don't look at this and think, wow, that doesn't look like a real bruise, because that is not what I'm going for. I want this to look like a costume so you guys can easily recreate this in your own time. This is a more extreme version of what I would assume somebody from an asylum would look like if they were put in the situation that the people were put in during the American Horror Story Asylum season. So here you can see me just bringing that down my neck. As I said before, you really do want to bring it down your neck. And you can't really see in this shot, but I've just added some red tones across those boils to make them look irritated. And then I'm working once again in the under eye area to create this bruised effect. Laying down the red shade first to create a base. And then going in with the blue to create that really heavy bruised area. And then going back and forth in between the blues, the reds and the yellows to create that really irritated and sore bruised effect around the eye. Stippling that in using the same brush so all of the colours mix together to make a more natural blend between the shades. But as I said before, we're not trying to achieve an anatomically correct look, we're just creating some theatre makeup. So this is a bit more extreme compared to what it would look like in real life. As you can see here, I'm just going right up to that eyelid using the Supra Color Palette. You do not want to go anywhere near your eyes, and I will repeat myself right now, you do not want to go anywhere near your eyes with alcohol activated paints. If you are going to go near your eyes with any paints, please do use water activated paints or grease paints, as I am using here, the Supra Color Palette by KRYOLAN and the Aqua Color Palette by KRYOLAN, because if you do go near your eyes with alcohol activated palettes, there is a high chance that you're going to get that alcohol in your eye, and that will hurt like hell. So please guys, if you are going to be recreating any of my looks or using alcohol activated paints, do not, and I repeat, do not go anywhere near your eye with alcohol activated paints. So here you can see me just working on the nose, trying to give that really peeled, dried effect, stippling on that skin tone shade to give that cracked effect to the skin, which is pretty disgusting if you ask me. And then I'm just adding some redness in. And once again, I'm going back into those boils, adding in some redness right on top of those boil areas, because later on we are going to go in with a yellow shade to create a pussy effect. So right now I'm just stippling that red shade throughout the cheek, and as you can see here, I'm just stippling it out to make it a little bit less bright. And now I'm going in with the Aqua Color Palette by KRYOLAN, using the yellow shade to go directly onto the top of those boil areas and really create a really horrible pussy boil effect, to create these boils that look like they're just about to burst at any moment. And then I'm just going throughout the skin and adding these yellow blobs throughout the skin to create a really ill and bruised look. And then I'm just continuing that throughout the look, going in all those areas that I applied that 3D gel and the KRYOLAN latex, just to give it that really ill looking effect. Now I did go a bit heavy handed with the yellow and ended up looking like I do have jaundice, so just be wary when you are using colours and you're looking in the mirror. They do pick up differently on camera, so just be wary that less is more and less looks more natural. But as I said before, this is not anatomically correct. I am going for a more theatrical look today. Then I'm just going in and creating some stipply, dry, horrible crustiness around my lips, and then tapping it out to make it look a little bit more natural. Then I thought my eye looked a bit more bare, so I'm just going in with a brown shade just to create a really horrible sunken eye socket, a sort of dirty effect. Didn't really want to add another bruise on that side, but I just wanted to make it look dirty. And then I'm just enhancing the eye bags once again using a sort of deep red blood tone to create a really sunken, sore eye effect. And then I'm just going in with some brown here again in my temple and forehead area to really enhance that bruised, dirty, not well looked after effect. And then I am going in between the KRYOLAN Supra Color, the KRYOLAN Aqua Color and the Nails Materials alcohol activated paints, just to create a different texture using all the paints. And I'm just creating this bruise effect once again, going in between the reds, the blues and the yellows to create a horrible dirty bruise effect. Now I don't know if I have said, but the KRYOLAN Supra Color Palette is grease paints, the KRYOLAN Aqua Color Palette is water activated paints, and the Nails Materials Palette is alcohol activated paints. So here you can just see me setting my face once again and using that baby powder from Asda, just so I can see the texture of the skin and know where I have to add any extra coloration or product. And here you can see me using this blunt tip syringe. This is a makeup syringe. It is a theatrical syringe. It is not a real life syringe. You can get these off of Amazon just for costumes. They are blunt, so they will not hurt you. And I'm just using that filled with some fake blood to just pierce the areas where I've created those boils and apply some fake blood, so it looks like the boils are popped and the blood is pouring out of the boils. And now I'm just adding some irritation around the boil areas, going in with a dark brown first and then later stippling that out with a red. This doesn't look very natural, but once again, as I said, this is a theatrical look. This is supposed to be costume, this is not supposed to look like real life. And here you can see me stippling liquid glycerin across my entire face to create this sort of wet, greasy, dirty looking effect to the face. And I just think this makes the whole look a little bit more effective. It is not a very nice feeling on your face, so you can 100% miss this step out, but I just think it brings the whole look together, creating that really dirty look. And I'm just using a sponge just to stipple that across my neck and my face. And as you can see here, it just gives this really cool effect where the whole skin just looks shiny. It looks like you've been sweating some sort of disease out. It is just, I just really like the way this looks on the skin, especially when you're creating an ill looking effect. And here you can just see me using some of that half set 3D gel and creating these fresh, juicy looking boils across my neck and my face. And they just look disgusting. They just look like slimy warts just waiting to burst, like pustules on your skin that are just oozing like juice. It's just disgusting. I love the way this looks. And I'm just applying some of those throughout my face and my neck on the areas where the pustules are bleeding. And as you can see, I have also got some of the alcohol activated paints on my hands to create that dirty look. And here you can see I'm just bringing my hair down, and I have put on my costume, which I did dirty up using brown alcohol activated paints. And here I'm just using aloe vera gel. You can use hair gel, hairspray, anything like that, or conditioner to create that wet look. And I'm just rummaging that through my hair messily just to create that greasy, dirty effect, looking like I haven't washed my hair in years, to really bring the look together. And there you have it, guys. This is the final infection look, inspired by the American Horror Story Season 2 Asylum, specifically the character Shelly. So what do you guys think? Would you guys wear this for Halloween, or is it a bit too gory and a bit too grim to go out in? I really enjoyed doing this look. It's a bit different to some of the stuff on my channel, but I really thoroughly enjoyed doing the more special effects inspired looks. As I said at the beginning and throughout this look, this is not an anatomically correct look. This is a theatrical Halloween makeup look. Comment down below, guys, what your favourite season of American Horror Story is. Do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. Stick around because more Halloween looks are coming, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!